your ability to master letting go of every terrible experiences you've had with women will transform your life. It will make you understand women more and give you great insight into women. Because once you have that amount of resentment, it will weigh you down and only give you just one perspective about women. And you will not have access to see the bigger picture. And that's the main thing, seeing the bigger picture, not having a myopic perspective because there was resentment in your interaction with any woman. And it's not preached so much as it's meant to, because a lot of men, even I still struggle most times, but one thing I have realized is that anytime I come and say I can't be carrying this amount of baggage everywhere I'm going, because one lady decides to act very weird. And from that moment, there was this lightness in my soul. When I see women, I see them from a different perspective. So all smiles and all joy, even though they might act anyhow weird and all that, but I just see them differently. And I approach the situation differently. And sometimes, because I'm human just like every other person, I would act sometimes very weird. But in the grand scheme of everything, when you now start to appreciate women, the more you don't even resent them at all. When you don't resent them at all, you get to appreciate their complexity. And it gives you an upper hand. Because when you understand female nature, there is one underlying factor. And that underlying factor is choice. Once you understand women, you are saddled with a responsibility called choice. And that choice is a factor that you have, which means you can either decide to play the game or not play the game. You can either decide to play the game or not play the game, because in general, currently with what is happening in the dating market right now, romantic relationships or love in the secularist perspective is a losing game. So you get to that point whether you now decide whether to choose, whether to play or not to play the game. It's that simple. Instead of carrying resentment, just understand female nature, understand women, understand who they are, and then you can decide whether you want to. But I will still tell you, with such level of knowledge you have possessed, there is still freedom. There is still freedom on the other side when you don't resent them. There's still freedom to enjoy women when you don't resent them. If you decide to play the game or not play the game, there's still freedom. There's still freedom. And it's always a hard thing to do, because that's where you now see a lot of people, men who have been hurt by women. Most of them turn to dogs. And which is, I don't know whose fault. Maybe society. I don't know whose fault actually. And then you start to realize, where is this problem even coming from in the first place? Where? And it's something that I keep pondering on. Where someone doesn't like you and they tell you no, they absolutely reject you, and you turn into a beast. It's okay. Just like me now, I don't like something, I don't want it. And the person who I said no to decides to become something else. And it goes both ways. When you say who is the problem, maybe the manner in which I responded to the person, the manner in which I said no, was offensive. What of if the manner wasn't offensive and the person decides to become something else? Then you see, the problem now is from the person who decides to take it the way she decides to take it. And that's the thing. I think it's a two-way thing. And that's where we have to learn to just be compassionate about people. I know how many times I've been rejected by women. But even at that, I have learned compassion in the process. I've learned compassion. She might say it terribly, like she might blatantly reject me. But because of compassion is a variable that regulates my views on a lot of things. I don't pick. I don't magnify the offense. I don't magnify it. Yes, she responded terribly to me, but at the same time, that would not make me or turn me into something else. That would not turn me into a beast. The responsibility is on me to see that interaction as a situation where I have to express compassion. And that's how we move. Compassion over every negative interactions with people. Compassion. Resentment won't take us anywhere as men. It won't take us anywhere. Any form of resentment we have with women. I know men who are very old, because someone rejected them while they were in their teens or they were in their early 20s, and from that day they made up their mind never to date, never to talk with any woman, never to relate with women. They have never been in any relationship, and which is terrible. Someone should not be in control of your life or the decisions you make regarding your life. You should be the man who steers his ship with God as the inspiration, with God as your refuge, but you should steer that ship yourself. So you find people who go off tangents because a woman says no, or a woman blatantly rejects you. We don't know better. That's the way I see it. And that's why you have to, every interaction with a woman, there should be that level of compassion, overwhelming compassion. And that gives you the upper hand. You've raised the bar. You are no more living a low life, but you are operating from a high frequency. That's the way you should rewire your thoughts when it comes to women. Just understand the game. But it's actually a losing game. If you want my opinion, I'll tell you it's a losing game. But I can't make the choice for you. It's left for you to decide whether to play or not. But for me, I'm still in that process of whether to play or not. But I know definitely I'm interested in playing, but not now. At this moment, I'm not playing, but maybe subsequently I will play if I want to play. But currently, it's a losing game. As a man, it's a losing game. With a lot of degeneracy that is going on in the sexual marketplace, it is crazy. So I would always admonish you guys to interact more with compassion. When a woman tells you no, it's fine, it's all good. It could, yes, it will hurt you. It's fine, it's okay. But don't let that hurt turn to resentment or hate. But let it be flooded with compassion, because you understand the way the life works. You understand women. So that's it, guys. We'll see in the next video. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great day and stay blessed. Bye, guys.